Welcome back to Spies Among Us News. I'm Vicky St. Cloud, and today we're talking to COF Director of Operations Steve Clutter. He'll be joining us from his office. Thank you for coming on the program here.
Thank you for having me, Vicky. Hopefully we can clear up some issues about the Monty operation.
Exactly. What was the Monte operation?
Former Prime Minister Juan Mendoza Sam Cristobal was considered a hero in his country, while everybody thought that the man running against him was working with the Colombian cartel. We flipped the script on that by playing on that.
So, the COF had the audacity to simply let them be themselves? Okay. Who does the COF answer to, the CIA or the NSA?
I can bet you 10 grand I can give you exactly what went down, and all you'd hear is that the COF is an agency that's run by moral monsters.
I'm just going by what you said, sir.
How much do you know about the spy business? This is clearly a CIA non-official cover operation. You're a rookie to SAU, aren't you?
Frankly, I see no reason as to why that's even important.
You've heard it from the horse's mouth, folks. Vicky St. Cloud doesn't see why working for a news channel that focuses strictly on spies would mean she'd need to know anything about the subject.
How could you be so cruel to somebody who's interviewing you?
All those books you read by looking at the cover. I would appreciate it if you wouldn't make up your mind about what the COF actually does before hearing it from the COF itself.
I have people who totally disagree with the ludicrous degrees that the COF takes to get the so-called job done.
Okay, show me what you've got. Let's see if it actually holds up.
I think that COF is a very dangerous agency. They're just a legalized mob.
So, what do you think the COF's biggest crime is?
Like, they're spies. Their job is to lie.
Have you ever lied?
That's not the point. It shouldn't be an American agency's job to spew lies. It's awful and mean.
Well, it seems that Steve Cutler is very uppity, and that's something that gets people excited. The problem is they don't see how much of it is just a lunatic to get the people on his side.
So you think that Clutter is a lunatic?
Oh, absolutely. All his dealings with the Yakuza, the Mafia, the cartel even. In my professional opinion, A.D. Cutler is a grade A wacko.
What's your degree in?
Spanish literature, I wrote a book about the Moorish effect on it.
Not criminal psychology?
I'm too chicken to fight crime. Even with my powerful brain.
Thank you for your, professional opinion, I guess.
My pleasure.
Well, there you have it, folks. We even received a professional opinion from a professor. What do you have to say about that? Assistant Director Clutter.
We have an idealist who wants everything to be nice. I wish it could be, but that's not the hand we've been dealt. And you have a guy who doesn't know anything about psychology psychoanalyzing me. The subjective views of these people don't amount to a hill of beans in this crazy world.
Well, if someone can't see that they're a mafia leader anyway, let's get back to San Cristobal.
Give me your best shot, Vicky.
Prime Minister is a national hero. He stopped the cartel.
Alright, alright, show me how.
He stopped the butchering of pillars of the community, the prison time of Deputy Prime Minister Diego Cortez, among many others. That's what Prime Minister Juan Mendoza has done.
Steve, I'm not finding any stuff. She looks clean as a whistle.
You sound like a broken record.
The incident involving Akira Nakamura.
My understanding of that incident is that it was a mob hit. All that may or may not have been done is that the COF released possibly discriminating evidence on a suspected Yakuza boss terrorizing the good people of Kyoto.
You haven't said anything to defend yourself. Shame on you.
Shame on me?
Yes, shame on you. What a terrible person you are.
Okay, you haven't really given me anything that I can comment on. You're just pointing the finger, trying to make me look like the bad guy. And if you're gonna make these claims, you gotta give me something I can debate with because I don't want to come out here looking like an idiot because I'm debating hot air.
Relax your wisecracks, boss. I'm working on it.
Why all the listen up, mister? Your entire career is built on lies. I see no reason for the citizens of the United States should trust you.
Yeah? Well, I'm more than positive that you have lied without having any moral reservations, especially if you have a child. It is not as uncommon as one might assume. And let's be frank, we all know what assume means.
Well, I've had students before.
So that explains why you remind me of all of those old school moms my mom used to watch on old cowboy shows.
Anyway, what would my students have to do with me lying?
Have you ever brought cookies to school?
Hold on, that just gave me an idea. We know she's been scheming. Let me scan the data for anything encrypted.
Well, yes.
How old were the students?
Preschool.
Okay, so did any kid snatch a cookie and get crumbs all over his face?
Yes.
Okay, would you like to explain to your audience how you responded to this?
I asked if he knew who took the cookies. Asked the glass. Nobody spoke up.
You made them think that you didn't know?
Yes.
Using deception to get to the truth. You're essentially lying to them?
Don't you dare. Don't you dare compare me to the likes of you, Clutter.
Even if the shoe fits?
Boss, this is really bad. Arkham decent in the workhouse. The family.
Okay, let me tell you what the COF actually does. Some governments are either too weak or held under such scrutiny that it's virtually impossible for them to get out. Yes, we use extra legal tactics, but then again, who else is going to get the job done, huh?
When you use the terms like extra and legal, who do you think you're fooling? You're saying that you do illegal work? You're just hiding the fact that you're nothing but an organized crime syndicate. And you're a capo in the syndicate.
You wanna talk criminal activity?
Yeah, I want to talk about criminal activity. Bring it, Clutter.
Okay, let's talk criminal activity. For instance, how would your viewers like to know when you were a teacher, you were gaslighting the parents of your students to support the violent atrocities that Juan Mendoza was committing, not to mention the fact that you were well aware of what those atrocities were, but you just didn't care because you wanted him to win.
The needs of many outweigh the needs of the few.
Alright, boss. I didn't think it would work, but the bank statements check out.
Well, if you put the needs of the many above the needs of the few, then you can get away with cold-blooded murder. And then justice is no longer justice.
Selfish monster.
No, just practical.
Entrampment.
If I remember correctly, you called me to be interviewed by you.
I'm screwed.
Well, now that you mention it, yeah, pretty much.
This turned out to be a terrible day to be a bad guy.